Canada has just introduced major changes to its visa policies, and Indian students and workers are feeling the impact. With stricter regulations on study permits and increased scrutiny on temporary residents, many are wondering how this will affect their future in Canada. So, let's break it down. What are the new visa rules? The Canadian government is cutting down on study permits, aiming to bring the number down from over 509,000 in 2023 to 437,000 by 2025. The reason? Officials say too many international students are putting pressure on housing, jobs, and public services, making it harder for locals to find affordable places to live. On top of that, border officials now have greater authority to cancel visas and work permits if they believe someone may not leave Canada after their permit expires. This means that even if you have a valid visa, there's now a higher risk of facing deportation if authorities think you might overstay. So how does this impact Indian students and workers? Well, the impact is huge because Indian students make up the largest share of international students in Canada. In fact, as of 2023, there were over 600,000 Indian students studying in Canada, making up 41% of all international students. Every year, over 225,000 Indian nationals receive study permits, making Canada a top destination for Indian education. But now, with fewer study permits available, competition will be tougher than ever. Many Indian students could miss out on the chance to study in Canada, and those already there may struggle to renew their visas or bring family members over. Plus, new restrictions on work permits for spouses of international students and temporary workers could make it harder for families to settle and build a life in Canada. Will there be more deportations? While the government hasn't announced mass deportations, the new rules give officials more power to cancel permits. That means students and workers who are planning to overstay could be forced to leave Canada, even if they haven't broken any laws. What's next? These visa restrictions come at a time when Canada is facing backlash over rising immigration levels, and there's speculation that even more restrictions could be introduced in the future. For Indian students and workers, this means planning ahead, keeping updated on policy changes, and being prepared for a tougher application process. If you're thinking about moving to Canada, be aware of these new challenges. And if you're already there, make sure you understand your visa conditions to avoid any issues. Stay tuned on NewsX for more updates on this developing story.